Hi guys, welcome to Journey of Grace podcast. We all met at Elevation Church here in Trout, North Carolina. We all began serving in the eKids ministry, and we each ended up on the same hallway together. And through time, we kind of just grew to actually like each other outside of church.
To actually like each other
outside of our hallways. We had a lot in common, and we actually bonded off of the show Love Is at the time.
That was my show.
And we all ended up agreeing to watch it at Nicole's house every Sunday. I think it was Sundays, yeah. So every Sunday evening we would join at her house and we would watch our show. And that's kind of where our friendship started blossoming. So from there we got closer and closer, I would say. And we eventually decided to do this podcast. And we really wanted to talk to you guys and share a little bit, or a lot of it actually, of the tips and tricks and tools and lessons, I would say, that we have learned over the course of these years in our journeys with the Lord, with people, just in general. Go ahead.
With life,
absolutely.
Yeah.
As Christian women, as for y'all entrepreneurs, just in general, a lot of things that we have learned over this time when it comes to communication and relationships, especially.
I guess I could chime into that. Like, I think as we were going to church together, serving together, we would constantly call each other, talk about the sermon, and like kind of dig in to see where our life, we could use the sermon within our life. And we were like saying, like, this was like really good information, how we like breaking down the sermon, trying to help each other figure it out. And we're like, well, what if people heard our conversations? Would it be helpful? Would it not be helpful? Do people have these same situations that we deal with every day? Are they listening to the same sermons? What if we were able to share all those things and not only help ourselves have a better relationship with God, but also help others? And also just be real. Like, none of us are like perfect Christians, and all of us go through the same struggle that you guys go through. And we're young, like we're all young, and we are trying to go through the journey of grace. But what does that look like for everyone? It looks different. So I think, I know for me, like, definitely sharing my story, hearing each other's story, like, it helps me, you know, relate, and also have someone to just talk to in general about, like, what I'm going through. So I think that's what.
Absolutely. And then I think that what we found in each other is community. Community is really big, and we wanted to share that with other people. As we're talking kind of amongst ourselves, we found that there was really kind of a gap, not only in Christian society, but kind of really a gap in churches. I think we have a small sector of like youth ministry, and when I say young youth, I mean like 21 to 35 ministry, but there isn't really a lot of camaraderie around that. I think that in us joining some of the youth ministries that we've been in, we found that there were topics within that ministry that weren't really being discussed, that we were going through. And so we wanted to create a community where we could be honest, not only be honest with ourselves, but be honest with God, and kind of share that community and bring you guys along with that, with us on that journey. Mm-hmm. And so really this journey of grace for us, or for me personally, is just kind of my evolving of understanding that I am a Christian, but I'm also a young lady. I'm also someone who's still finding myself. I'm also someone who's an entrepreneur. I'm also all these things that I wanted to address that weren't being satisfied in the typical youth ministry or the typical church setting. Mm-hmm. So I think that what we wanted to do is really just bring some context to that, and like have that outlet that we couldn't find ourselves, right? You know,
and really,
for someone else,
and really dig into some of those taboo topics
Yeah.
that aren't
Absolutely.
really discussed.
Absolutely.
So I think especially in church, we have somewhat of a blueprint for how we're supposed to do life as young women, but it's not really, it's some fuzziness there, some haziness.
It's fuzziness, but also like sometimes people think that, oh, I'm a Christian, so I have to be perfect.
Mhm.
And like our conversations, we're far from perfect,
Right.
but our journey has like we've gotten better, you know. So I definitely agree with you, Cassie. But I think too, like we made our community with us just talking and sharing
Right.
those specific things,
Absolutely.
and so why not share that to other, other people?
We didn't have it, so we made it.
Yeah.
So welcome, guys, to the community of grace.
Mm-hmm.
We're friends now. So
We're like,
grab your tea, grab your snack.
I'm a TikToker, but nobody know yet.
Okay. Grab your tea, grab your snacks, and walk with us as we share our journeys of grace.
With you.
Period, poo.